Saving your money is like the personal finance equivalent of eating your vegetables. Everyone tells you that it's good for you, but no one actually enjoys it. And then you stash away cash like a squirrel preparing for a cold winter. Now, it took me over 10 years working in corporate finance to really understand that I should stop saving my money. And I'll let you in on this little secret that it took me so long to figure out. Because you can't save your way to retirement. But even though I'm saying that, I want to stress that you do want to make sure you have an emergency fund. You do need a miscellaneous fund for those wonderful little miracles that life throws your way, like rats chewing through your car wires, or maybe the stork dropping by with a little gift for you. But beyond that, parking your cash in a savings account is like storing your retirement dreams in a shoebox under your bed. So this is actually what you need to unlearn, because all of your life, you've probably been taught to either spend till you drop and you're broke, or to suffer through life just to scrounge and save up everything you have so you can have enough to retire. But frankly speaking, the media has actually been lying to you.
Who? Who in the media tricked you?
The fact is, you can still enjoy life, you can still spend a little, and you don't need to save every single penny and everything you own, and you'll still be able to have a good retirement. But the first thing I want you to know is that your friendly neighborhood bank is actually scamming you. My first account was a savings account with Bank of America when I was 18, and I got only something like 0.01% back on whatever money I had put in there. So if you have your money in the same thing in a traditional savings account, it probably only earns you pennies on the dollar. Now, if you earn less than 2 to 3%, congratulations, your money is actually losing value. Because that is how much inflation in the US goes up on average every single year. Meaning the things that you buy, everyday items like groceries, are going up on average 2 to 3% in price every single year. Meanwhile, your bank is just tossing you small coins like it's a generosity. The first alternative to traditional savings account, at basically no extra effort aside from just signing up for an account and then transferring your money in there, is a high yield savings account. These accounts, the best ones right now, pay 4 to 5%, and it offers you pretty much all of the same benefits as the traditional bank account. So let's just run the scenarios. If you put $25,000 in a regular bank for 5 years, for me, if it was my B of A account, I would have gotten something back like not worth calculating. Literally, it's like $10. But in a high yield savings account, let's say at 4% interest, I would get back $5,000. And the longer you keep your money in a traditional savings account or under your mattress, the more free money you are leaving on the table. Just because some banker back in 1985 convinced your parents that savings accounts were safe. Now, maybe some of you might know where I'm going with this, but even cash in a high yield savings account is still not the best option. The wealthy don't just save their money, they actually make their money work for them. Some people start businesses because they have a lot of money to help create and generate more cash and build wealth. An easier, safer, and less risky option for you, and you might actually be doing this already if you own a 401k account, is investing. Because here's the math. Same scenario, $25,000 in a high yield savings account, which gets you 4% annual interest. You will get back $5,000 in 5 years. Invest in an index fund like the S&P 500, which tracks the 500 largest companies in the US. Their return has been almost averaging about 16% increase year over year in the last 10 years. So take that same scenario again and compare against the high yield savings account scenario. $25,000 into the S&P 500, 16% interest rate, you will gain back about $27,000 in addition. That means on average, you would have gained over $22,000 versus the high yield savings account, or $27,000 over a traditional savings account. Now, this isn't some witch's black magic. You're not doing any crazy illegal money laundering scheme. This is actually just the basic concept of what compounding is, which is the financial version of set it and forget it. If you really think about it, the stock market doesn't actually have to be very scary or risky. The bankruptcies and horror stories that you hear are usually in the cases where people are betting their life savings on day trading, meme stocks, meme coins, Or just in general, people who treat the stock market like it's a high stakes poker game, panic selling every single time the economy hiccups. Because here's a news flash. The market as a whole in its entire history has always recovered. The S&P 500 could crash tomorrow, but in 5 years, it could be higher than ever. The only people who lose are the people who bail at the first sign of trouble, and then buy back when prices start going back up, getting trapped in a cycle of buying high and selling low. Buying high when they get greedy, they see the prices going up, they put all their money in, and then selling it as soon as they see it drop. So if you're new to investing, it might actually seem pretty scary, especially if it already feels like you don't have enough money already. My first time in playing in the stock market was a complete disaster. I was a young man with not all that much money that I just scrounged up from my part-time jobs. It was about a total of $5,000 that I put into some biotech company. And today, they're not even listed on the stock market anymore. The key is to start investing in index funds with good track records, or your 401k. But don't touch risky speculative companies, coins, or any risky investments until you have more money to spare, or until you're more familiar with investing. In any case, this video in a nutshell. Save enough to survive disaster, invest the rest, at least put it in a high yield savings account rather than a traditional savings account, but stop letting your money sit around doing nothing while inflation picks your pockets. And that's all I have for this video. Drop your best, or worst, money mistakes in the comments. Or if you need any extra help or want my thoughts on anything finance related, leave me a comment on any of my videos. I'll make sure to respond. And subscribe if you are ready to stop pretending that your savings account will make you rich.